about a great group of students. Again, they've worked really hard to prepare that number for you, and again, let's give them one more round of applause. We want to thank Mrs. Siemens for having applied for the grant for the ukuleles and for having worked so hard to help the students to learn those songs. So we appreciate her and her efforts. Let's give her a round of applause. We now get the opportunity to hear from some students. They're going to tell us about their 6th grade experience. We will start with Noah Anderson, and we have Max Houghton, Victoria Serrato, and Miley Chop. So we'll go in that order.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Thank you for joining me to celebrate Amelia Earhart's 6th grade graduation. It is exciting to be here with you all. Today, I'd like to share my experience as a student in Mr. Jepson's class. We've had a very busy year full of good memories. Some of my favorite memories include being part of student council, dancing with the ballroom team, our field trip to the Clark Planetarium, and accomplishing the goals I set out to achieve at the beginning of the school year. The student body plays a very important role in every school. It was a privilege and an honor to be asked to serve on the student council this year. We helped students raise funds for school projects. One project included a fun run to raise money for a new playground. We spent a day at BYU learning about leadership. John, by the way, who is a motivational speaker for the youth, was there explaining that being on student council is something that will help our students become responsible. For the past 3 years, I have been dancing and performing with the ballroom team. We have learned several dances such as the cha-cha, the samba, the foxtrot, and the swing. Our team has had many opportunities to perform for students, friends, and families. We are lucky to have choreographers who are patient and fun to work with. Ballroom was one of my favorite activities, and I have great memories of dancing. Science is one of my favorite subjects, and I have enjoyed learning about our universe this year. Mr. Jepson, Mrs. Bunce, and Mrs. Lee took turns on the science rotation and each taught a different category, including the seasons, the solar system, and the moon. At the end of the term, we took a field trip to the planetarium in Salt Lake, where we watched a 3D movie about the famous telescope Hubble. At the beginning of the school year, I set 3 personal goals. From August to May, I read each night for 1 hour and completed 150 hours of reading and qualified for the Doubles Club. I wanted to do well on state testing and was pleased that I scored 95% in literacy. Lastly, I want to make myself, my parents, and Mr. Jepson proud. Today, I will graduate proudly knowing that I have achieved these goals. Thank you.
It's an honor to talk to you today. I don't know about you, but this was a pretty great year. We had the chance to get to know each other well as we worked together on a lot of different projects. One of my favorite projects was when we were learning about the Egyptian times. It was around Halloween time, and we worked together to decorate the sarcophagus that we use in our King Tut funeral procession reenactment. Mr. Jepson dressed up like King Tut, but we call him King Toot. And he laid down in the sarcophagus, and we reenacted the funeral procession through the halls of the school. After the Halloween parade, Mrs. Bunce and Mrs. Lee also dressed up in Egyptian costumes. It was a great memory. We also learned about the solar system and we worked together on the solar system reports. We got good at using Keynote and presenting projects in class. We went outside and put a soccer ball on a cone that represented the sun, and then counted the steps for each of the planets to show how far they are from the sun. We got to go on a field trip to Clark Planetarium, which was a lot of fun to see things we learned about in class. In Miss Bunce's class a couple months ago, We got to look for trilobites when we got all of our work done. Trilobites are little bugs that lived before the dinosaurs' time and are inside rocks. We used hammers to crack open the rocks. I didn't actually find one, but it was fun looking. We made movies about the 20th century. We worked together in groups filming different events of the 20th century like World War II, the Cold War, and Vietnam. We read a lot of books about these events. It was really interesting learning about all of these things. We worked hard improving our reading skills and writing and our math skills. We learned organization skills and study skills that will help us in middle school. We have been lucky to have amazing teachers that have helped us. Mr. Buns, Mrs. Grieve, and Mr. Johnson have worked so hard to help us learn and get us ready for middle school. Many others at our school have helped us also. Thank you, Mr. Cox, and all the teachers and aides at the school that have helped us. Along with our teachers, we would like to thank our parents for all they have done for us too. I have another 15 minutes prepared for my speech, but the longer I talk, the longer we have to stay in school, so I'm going to end this now. Goodbye, Amelia, Earhart Elementary, Hello Dixon Middle School. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Victoria Toronto, and I have been given the opportunity to speak to you today. I started my school experience at Amelia Earhart in first grade. Some of the sixth graders have been at the school since kindergarten, and we're lucky to have Miss Tebow for their teacher. She will be our special guest speaker today. Other students have come to our sixth grade in the past few months. It can be difficult to come to school where everybody already knows each other, and you want to find friends who fit your personality. When we go to Dixon Middle School, we will be able to keep our old friends and also make new friends. Sixth grade has been an especially busy year. Not only were we busy every day learning math, language arts, social studies, and science, we also emphasized our education with field trips to the planetarium, Christmas around the world, Synchronosis Storytelling Festival, Triangle Museum, and just yesterday we had a fun experience at the book course. Some of my friends and I have also learned to make movies with the help of Mrs. Dunn. We have had a great time creating some books and presenting our movie in sixth grade. The other day we had field day, and Mr. Jepson planned a spectacular activity of playing softball with a racket and tennis ball. Then we played the water balloon, hitting them with the racket and of course sponsoring our friends' balloon. It was great. Another highlight this year was learning how to play ukulele in music with Miss Siemens. We taught us range of songs. We had a ukulele concert that our family hosted, and for all of you lucky people, you will get to hear a ukulele today. PE was always a special treat. We got to do twice. We have had wonderful PE teachers. Miss Lee wants me to thank my family who supported me with my education this year. She believes family support is key to success. My mom was always aware of how well I was doing and got more excited than I did when I did special lessons. My parents attended SEC conferences and came to other activities such as our portfolio, publishing party we had on Wednesday night. When I was in first grade, the principal was Miss Smith. She cared about our school. Mr. Cox has been the principal for the past 5 years. He is also very caring and wants the best for all of the students at Amelia Earhart. He carefully chose programs so we will have the best education experience possible. There is a good feeling at this school, and I am glad I have been part of it. Mr. Cox reads his poem to us every morning after the annual class. Miss Lee has a favorite poem by Charles Silverstein that we read as a class. In keeping with the poetry tradition at Amelia Earhart, I would like to close with this poem by Charles Silverstein titled Obedience by Charles Silverstein. Teacher said, you don't obey, you fidget and you twitch it, and you won't obey. So go stand in the corner now, till I say you can turn around. So there I stood to live up breath, without a whimper or a tear, till everybody else went home. I guess that she forgot me here. And that was Friday, so I stayed all through the weekend being good, and Monday was the first day of summer vacation. So I stood through hot July and sticky August, trying to obey rules. Stood right there until September, when United States closed down the school, boarded up the doors and windows, moved to a new one way here I've stood for 40 years in dark and dust and creaky sound, waiting for her to say, turn around. This might not be just what you meant, but me, I'm so obedient. My name is Amelia. I'm going to talk to you all today about choices. When I was preparing this speech, the search for a choice, it is defined as an act of selection. It is defined as an act of selecting or making a decision based on two possibilities. You can make all kinds of choices. Good choices, bad choices, great choices, and horrible choices. You can make all kinds. The possibilities are endless, really. The reason that I wanted to talk about choices is because during this year, I've had about a zillion opportunities to make a choice. There was that time in the near beginning of the year in science class when Mr. Jeffson's student teacher was teaching a lesson. And a nearby friend of mine tossed a note on my desk. In that moment, I was faced with a choice. I could pick up the note, reply, then pass it back, just like she'd passed it to me. Or I could save the note for later, gently shake my head no at my watching friend, then get back to the science lesson, which I needed because my grades were not especially high in that subject. I thought it over, picked up the note, read it, replied, then threw it on my friend's desk. Simple as that. Except Mr. Jeffson saw me do it. Long story short, there were some consequences. Another time, some people in our classroom were using their computers to control other people's computers. There was a substitute teacher in there at the time, and she really didn't know what was going on. There I was faced with a choice. And this time, it was whether I should jump in the fun and control other people's who didn't know what was going on, or I could quietly move away from the people who were doing it and continue my work in another computer. I chose the latter, and I did not get in trouble. I think I made a good choice. A couple of years ago, a good friend of mine gave me the best piece of advice that I've ever gotten, and that piece of advice is this. You always have a choice, always. I took that to heart. I really thought about it. Thought about it a lot this year and last year when I was in Mr. Z's class, and he talked to us about how when we were in his class, we can make the choice to either try to learn or we can just goof off and not get anything out of this class. He said to us an old saying, you can take a horse to water, but you cannot make him drink. Make the good choice. Have the courage to say no to friends that are telling you to do something wrong. And when you get the choice to do something good that can help people, then by all means, why don't you take it? That's what I got out of that day, and I hope that's what you get out of this speech. If we all just took a little bit more time on the choices that we make, then imagine how the world can go. Make the good choice. Don't worry about other people. When it comes to it, the right choice is pretty darn cool. Have a great day, and remember, you always have a choice.
What a wonderful job these students have done. And we're going to move into our awards now. We are going to start our awards with the Library Awards by Mrs. Roberts. And after that, we'll follow with the Hope of America Awards presented by Lon McDonald from our Kiwanis Club, the representative. And we'll go to that.
Well, our sixth graders love to read. They are great readers. This year in library, we had a lot of fun filling out what we called jewels of the book. And so every time a student read a book, they would fill out a jewel, which was a short book report telling me about the book, and then we'd plaster them all over the library. If you were in the library, you probably saw them plastered everywhere. And when they filled out a jewel, then they got a ticket to go into a drawing for the next week, and they would receive a free book if their name was drawn. We had so many students participate in this, and it was such an amazing program. We had a lot of fun doing it. There was a lot of students that read books but didn't really want to fill out the jewel. So they still did a lot of reading, and we were really proud of it. I've been taking around awards all week to students who've read more than 10 books. We had some students that read over 20 books. We had some students that read over 40 books. And we had one student that read 46 books. And I'm so proud of him. He is a great example to all of the students in 6th grade. He even got all of the cool boys to read the Daisy Meadow fairy books. And a lot of those boys were coming into the library every other day to switch those books out so they could finish the series. So you're never too cool for fairy books. So Zach Gorski, please come up. Zach is going to... Zach in here has an award that he can look at later, and then also a gift certificate to go buy himself a new book, because he's got to have some new books to keep him busy for summer. Congratulations, Zach.
She's fine. She can stand up.
You can stand up. Go. No, Mom. Hey, I need some pictures. Aren't you my picture taker? Come on, we have a great time. This is a moment. We needed pictures. Let's see. Go get some Kelsey. Just need you to take a couple pictures.
This is going to be an annual event for me.
It's not about you right now.
This is my second year coming to Amelia Earhart School to present these awards. I've done other schools and will continue to do so, but this is a wonderful school. I am humbled with the opportunity to represent the Provo Kiwanis Club. I'm humbled to be in the presence of these young people. They are the hope of America. They're going to be your leaders in the years to come. We're grateful. Let me take a moment, if I may, and just share what Kiwanis is for those of you who do not know. Kiwanis is an international organization. There are several clubs here in Utah County. Our Provo club is being one of and the oldest in the valley. The clubs are made up of local and civic leaders, business owners, and people interested in helping kids. We invite parents to consider joining our club. We know that Bob Gentry, the acting superintendent of the school district, who is on your program, would love to have been here. But he's only one person, and we have a lot of schools. Kiwanis is dedicated to helping and serving the children of the world. Currently, Kiwanis International, in association with UNICEF, is embarked on a goal to eliminate tetanus, often referred to as lockjaw. It's a bacterial disease, which is a devastating disease of the nervous system and can cause death. The effort is directed at poor countries around the world. Locally, our Provo Club is committed to the international effort to eliminate tetanus and equally in helping our local children through various programs and service efforts. In addition to Hope of America, we help sponsor and support Kids on the Move, Recreation and Rehabilitation, their acronym is RAW, Boys and Girls Club, Reading is Fundamental on First Book, Circle K at BYU, and key clubs in the Provo high schools. These are the youth service organizations, and there are several other groups and organizations that we try to help. Some of you may have been to our annual pancake breakfast in conjunction with the Freedom Festival's Balloon Fest on the 4th of July. We hope you'll take the opportunity to add to your 4th of July holiday activities by going to watch this fun event and support our pancake breakfast. Through this breakfast, we raise most of the money we use to support the youth groups that we sponsor. Now, I know you're not assembled here this morning to listen to me ramble on about Kiwanis. So without further ado, let me present to you the Hope of America Awards for this year. Let me read, if I may. The Hope of America Award is given to are outstanding, both in academics and in their citizenship. What I'm going to do is read a little sketch on each individual, and we'll see if the kids can recognize who it is. She is very smart, sweet, and very goofy. She loves to dance, sing, swim, read, and go camping. She loves to play video games, Yoshi, and gymnastics. When she wants something, there is no stopping how hard she will work to achieve it. She is very kind to others. She loves all kinds of animals, and she would love to be a rock star. They're off to a good start. She is the baby of the family, and her birthday is September the 10th, 1999. Who is she? Cindy Hennigan. Years ago, on Mother's Day, we were blessed with our son. That eliminates some, doesn't it? He has brought us so much joy into our lives. His strong will made his younger years a little challenging, but that same determined spirit is what makes him who he is, and so we wouldn't trade him. When you ask his family what they love most about him, they will tell you it's his hugs. He gives the best hugs and gives them willingly and frequently. He's very thoughtful and is always looking out for others. His sweet, tender heart makes him a joy to have around. He is a friend to everyone. He doesn't care if you're 5 or 50. I don't want to be left out, so we'll have to lift the age on this. I think there are a few others. I won't tell you what that is. He will sit and talk to you and be your friend. He loves playing sports, especially baseball. His favorite baseball team is the New York Yankees, and for his birthday, he got to go to New York and see 2 games with his dad. He loves spending time with his family and friends. When we are together, we always laugh and have a good time. Our family wouldn't be complete without him. Who is it? All right. We love you, Aaron Hernandez, and are so proud of you, proud of the young man you are becoming. Aaron? She is always smiling and likes to help put smiles on the faces of others. She is always eager to help wherever needed. She's very self-motivated and doesn't let the word "can" stand in her way. She works hard at whatever task is before her. She has a very tender heart and can't stand to see anyone being picked on or sad. She is always cheering for the underdog and believes that anything is possible. That's what her family says about her. This is what her teacher says about her. She is a friend to everyone and sensitive to others' feelings and does what she can to help others. She has high aspirations and sets goals and achieves those goals. She is very dedicated to learning and achieving, doing her best, and helping others to also do their best. She came to our school in January. She has been a great addition to Amelia Earhart Elementary. Who is it? Chesney Barra. From his family, let me apologize in advance if I obliterate the names. That might be a little tip-off. He was born in Hawaii at Mauna Lua Hospital on December 10th, 1999. He weighed 9 pounds, 10 ounces, and was 22 inches long. He has 2 little brothers. He is thoughtful, understanding, and a good listener. He is a loving person, always putting other people's feelings before his own. He likes to help others, and when given a task, he makes sure the work is done correctly and properly. His favorite food is musubi, made from spam and rice. His favorite sport is basketball, and this year his team's first time to play in the AAU League, they won the championship. He is honest and always wants to do the right thing. He is very creative and always wants to participate in school projects and does not want anyone's help. He wants to finish high school and serve his Heavenly Father for 2 years before he begins his journey in life. He wants to go to college and get a degree in law. His parents want the best for him, but let him make his own choices. He wants to be a lawyer so he can help people. He said, I quote, "I want to be a lawyer so I can keep my little brothers in the straight path." Close quote, from his teacher. For this boy, learning is intrinsically rewarding. He spends the time and makes the effort to succeed. Because of his motivation to learn, he has made great progress this year in the 6th grade. He was named after his 2 grandfathers, Takalisi and Herde. His full name is Kalua Takalisi Charles Higby, but he goes by Takai. This young lady grew up in Provo, Utah, and has lived in the same house her whole life. She is one of 6 children. She's kind and friendly, unless she gets too hungry, and then she struggles just a little bit with being nice. The truth always comes out. She loves spending time with her family. She has 1 niece and 1 nephew and loves taking care of them whenever she can. She has attended Amelia Earhart since the 2nd grade and really loves this school. Just a couple of days ago, she said that she doesn't want the last day of school at Amelia to ever come because she knows how much she will miss it and all of the friends she has made here. She will attend 7th grade at Provo High School next year as part of the PUPS program. She has 5 older brothers and is nearly 5 years younger than the brother that is next oldest. She loves to dance and is quite a talented dancer. She has won many individual and team awards at competitions for the last several years. In fact, she plans to attend the Juilliard School and study dance in New York City after high school. She loves learning and is a voracious reader. She often comes home from school excited to share the new things she has discovered, and will stay awake far into the night because she simply can't put her book down. She has a zest for life and loves spending time with her friends, and has recently discovered the joys of hanging out at classic skating with them. She is a quiet leader and has true empathy for those around her, and always tries to be aware of others' feelings. She works hard to always do the right thing. She will likely be somewhat embarrassed about getting this award, but she is very deserving of this recognition. Her brothers, sister-in-law, parents, and grandparents are all exceptionally proud of her. She is a sweet, wonderful young lady. Who is it? Haley King. This sixth grader has always been very curious. He loves to ask questions and learn about things. He doesn't like to see anyone sad or hurt. He loves to read and turned in over 30 reading gems to the library. His favorite author is Rick Riordan. He is a sensitive and caring person. He always gives his mom hugs and tries to help her out. He also likes to run. He was the first person to cross the finish line at the fun run this year. This student has a great imagination and wants to use it to be an actor, an author, or a pilot when he grows up. He plays football, basketball, and baseball. He is the only boy in his family. He loves to tease his four sisters, but he also watches out for them and takes care of the younger ones. He shares his birthday month and middle name with his dad and his grandpa. This great person was born on July the 31st, 2000. Who is it? Calvin Whiffenden. As I leave, excuse me, I just want you to know that these 6 students only represent a part of the hope of America. As I said in the beginning, I'm both honored and humbled to be here to present these awards. I'm going to leave. I have another commitment. As I leave, let me challenge the children. These young people, brilliant and talented, be safe and have fun, and be sure you read at least one book this summer.
I'm a little too short for the stand here. All right, we are now going to go into our presidential awards, and I'll be reading those off. Again, I want to apologize up front. I know your students really well, and I still butcher their names. So I'm going to just let you know that up front, that when I mispronounce their names, I really do know them and talk to them almost daily, but at the same time, some of them I've been butchering their names since they were in 2nd grade, because I've been here all that time. So I apologize for that up front. But before we get into the presidential awards really quickly, we would like to have Mrs. Bunce come up and explain how the awards came about. And then also, after that, I'm going to explain a little bit about the ropes that students are wearing, the cords that they have today.
Okay, first of all, parents and family members, I'm going to talk to the sixth graders for the very last day that they're 6th graders for just a minute. You've done it. You've successfully completed the 6th grade at the best school in the world, Amelia, Earhart, Elementary. We teachers have really enjoyed teaching you, caring about you, and making memories with you. What is our wish for you? Keep doing your best.
Enjoy work, enjoy improving yourself, and enjoy serving others. Certain requirements had to be met to receive a gold or silver presidential education award. If you didn't get one, don't give up. Just keep earning those diplomas. Now I'm going to read a message from President Obama to those who received this award. He says, "Please accept my congratulations on receiving the President's Education Award. I am pleased to join your family, friends, and teachers in recognizing this outstanding accomplishment. Education is the key to ensuring our nation's young people gain the skills and knowledge necessary to achieve their dreams and succeed in the 21st century. By earning this honor, you have shown a commitment to working hard in the classroom and to meeting the highest academic standards. Students like you will chart the course of our country's unwritten history, and I commend you for setting a powerful example for all young Americans. I encourage you to always set your sights high, and I wish you the very best in the years ahead. Barack Obama."
We have two sets of awards that we'll be handing out for the presidential awards. There is the silver awards and then the gold awards after that. And we will read the students' names off if they can come down. And we actually have quite a few to go through, so we're going to ask everybody to hold their applause until we are finished reading them off, and then we'll give them a big round of applause. We start with Maya Anderson and Talon Anderson. Maya, Talon. There's Maya's. Talon. Savannah Cox. Mackenzie Carter. Angeles Gaitan. Is it Angeles? I'm sorry. Okay, Megan Herde. Shakira Higuera. Max Houghton. McCoy Hunt. Alex Jensen. Anthony Lugo. Joanna Mendez. Cindy Flores. Bianca Urrutia. Yolanda Pedrosa. Eden Parsons. Parker Thomas. Brooklyn Bean. Ty Barker. Lonnie Ellison. Pablo Garibay. Colton Height. Colton Hinckley. You may need to ask the teachers to slide down a little bit farther. We've got quite a group here. There we go. Let's see. Kate Ibarra. Kaylin Kump. Kelly Salazar. Irene Varela. Ashton Wilkinson. Noah Anderson. Oh, actually, Noah, sorry, you're actually the start of the goal, so we'll have you stay seated for a second. I apologize. These are our Silver Award winners. Let's give them a round of applause. Our first winner from the gold category is Noah Anderson. Angelo Castillo. Zach Gorski. Sydney Hannigan. Aaron Hernandez. Serena Home. Samantha Knight. Emma Mercer. Daniela Sanchez. Chesney Barra. Annika Laws. Victoria Serrato. Daniel Sanchez. Harris Blanchard. Taki Higby. Morgan Bailey. Haley Renault. Paola Arakaki, Miley Chop, J.R. Kanamu, Haley Keene, Calvin Woofenden, Hannah Sorensen, and David Spong. These are your Gold Award winners. Let's give them a round of applause. Congratulations, students. Go ahead and have a seat. Before we turn the time over to our guest speaker, just really quickly, I'd like to explain the ropes or the cords that students are wearing today. First of all, you'll notice that some of them are braided, multicolored. Those cords represent perfect attendance. We have the blue cord which represents 90% or above on state core science testing. We have the yellow cord, which represents 90% or above on state core language arts testing, and the red cord, which represents 90% or above on the math testing. So, again, you can see how well the students have done this year academically. Our guest speaker today really needs no announcement or no introduction for this group. She is an amazing part of our community. We don't know how we're going to make up for the loss that we will feel having Mrs. Tebow retire, but we are so excited for her as she moves into the next phase of her life, and we appreciate everything that she has done for Amelia Earhart. She's had a huge impact on our student body here. And so we're going to turn the time over to Mrs. Tebow.
I'm going to stand sideways so I can look at you sometimes and look at these wonderful sixth graders at other times. What a great honor this is today to be able to speak here at sixth grade graduation. As I look over the audience, and I can't see you very well because I have my glasses on, but as I look at these sixth graders, I am filled with such good, strong feelings. If I didn't have you in kindergarten, I'd probably have had you in choir. Or I'd just seen you in the hallways, and how neat it is, the happiness and the joy that fills my heart when I see your faces. And some other feelings go through my mind too, because I think of some of you and some of our experiences together. But how exciting this is to think that not only you are graduating, but as my family tells me, I'm finally graduating from kindergarten. So we are going on to a new chapter of our lives, a brand new bunch of new experiences and wonderful things that we get to learn how to do. I have here a book. This is proof that I was in sixth grade. Because I know that some of you think, oh, mom, dad, teachers, they don't know anything that they're talking about. We know everything, and our teachers and our parents don't know anything. Well, this is irrefutable proof. This came from my sixth grade teacher. This was my favorite book, still is. It's called Little Women, but this came from my sixth grade teacher back in 1968 when I was Student of the Year. So I know that I was in sixth grade, and then I also went on to Dixon Middle School. I graduated from Timpanogos Elementary, went on to Dixon Middle School, and graduated from Provo High. So we have an awful lot in common, even if there's a few years in between all of that. Because I have taught kindergarten for so many years, I wanted to share with you one of my favorite books. And that is All I Ever Needed to Learn, I Learned in Kindergarten by Robert Fulghum. In it he says some wonderful, wonderful words of wisdom. And even though you're sixth graders going into middle school, knowing all that you know and learning all that you have learned, I still think that you can remember some good lessons from kindergarten. All I ever needed to know, I learned in kindergarten. Wisdom was not at the top of the graduate school mountain, but there in at recess in kindergarten. These are the things that I learned. Now think about it. Check some of these off if you learned some of these things in kindergarten. Share everything. Play fair. Don't hit people. Put things back where you found them. Clean up your own mess. Don't take things that aren't yours. Say you're sorry when you hurt somebody. Wash your hands before you eat. Flush. Cookies and milk are good for you. Live a balanced life, learn some, think some, draw, paint, sing and dance and play, and work some every day. Take a nap every afternoon. That'd be good. No, some of you wait till you get older. When you go out into the world, watch out for traffic, hold hands, and stick together. Be aware of wonder. Remember the little seed in the styrofoam cup and all of the painting and things that you did. And then remember your first book. Now, you don't remember Dick and Jane. I do. Maybe some of your grandparents out there do. But think about some of the first words that you learned. One of the biggest words is look. Don't forget that. Look where you are. Everything you need to know is there somewhere in kindergarten. Take any of these items and turn them into adult terms and apply them to your family or even to the world. Think what a better world it would be if we all had, at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, cookies and milk, and then lay down for a nap. Or if all the governments had as a basic policy to always put things back where they found them and to clean up their own messes. And it is still true, no matter how old you are, when you go out into the world, it is best to hold hands and stick together. You know, there are many people throughout history that affect our lives. You will find a lot of people, even more so than you have so far. I want to share with you the story of one. And if you know about my passion, which is Mickey Mouse and Disneyland, this person's name is Walt Disney. I'm sure that we know who that is. But did you know that before there was Disneyland, Walt and his brother lost everything? They had a business associate who stole every bit of their money. So back in the 1940s, they had to start over completely. And they had this very interesting idea when Walt Disney was asked many years after the success of Disneyland what counsel he could give other people. He first of all said, you know, after we lost all of our money, we had this crazy idea to take a mouse. We wanted to call him Mortimer Mouse. But then my brother talked me into calling him Mickey Mouse. And the rest is history. He said, if you can dream it, you can do it. Remember, this whole thing, referring to Disneyland and Disney World, was all started by a mouse. In school these days, there's an awful lot of testing going on. You all know that. And guess what? That's not going to end. But through your hard work and perseverance, you will make it through in your education, and you will find a career that will be the best for you. My wish for each of you is that you will be happy. You have so many people who care about you and love you. I hope that you will always remember how much your teachers love you and care for you. Today, as you graduate, remember those teachers, because I want you to know that they cherish the memories and the things that they remember about you and will remember you. In closing, I want to leave with you the words of A.A. Milne. If you don't know who this is the author of Winnie the Pooh. And these are the words that he says. Promise me you will always remember. You are braver than you believe, and stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. Good luck. Great kids of 6th grade, we love you.
Because Mrs. Tebow is graduating from kindergarten this year, we have a little special award for her also. So we are asking Mrs. Hinckley to come up and present that.
The world could have started off in Mrs. Tebow's kindergarten class. We have a home partner to take home, and it is the home teacher.
I always wanted a copy of it. We love you so much. Thank you so much.
Okay, if any of you have had 6th graders before, you'll know that my 6th grade speech is always short and sweet. So hold on, because we're just about to the presentation of the certificates. I just have a few things to say to the class before they move on. Before I start congratulating them, though, I would like to just say, as you've seen with Mrs. Tebow and on up through our school, we have amazing teachers here at Amelia Earhart, and they do a fantastic job. Today I get an opportunity to celebrate and to thank our 6th graders for all that they've done this year. And I want to start by reminding them of a few things. First of all, and parents, you may want to reiterate this when you get home, but the soccer games, the basketball games, the kickball games that you play right now in life are are not for the world championship. The friendships you make right now last forever. So make sure that you treat each other with great respect. And if there's only one thing that I can ask them to do a little better as far as playing soccer together, then I think we're doing pretty great. Soccer, for some reason this year, was very competitive. And like I said, almost every time I would talk to students, I'd say, are we playing for the world championship out there? And they were convinced they were. So I would just ask them to remember that friendships are more important than the soccer game that they might currently be involved in. But leaving that behind, I have a lot of things to thank this group for. First of all, most of you know that 6th graders here at Amelia that's our oldest group in school. And every year, at the beginning of the year, we challenge them to be an example to the rest of our student body. Because everyone looks up to our 6th graders. Everyone looks up to this group. And this group of students has done an amazing job of following through and being a great example. They've read with younger grades. They've been there for student council. They've been fantastic examples to our students here at Amelia, and I want to thank them for that. Academically, this group also, we had a challenge for the whole school this year to score 90% or above in math and language arts. And 90%, that's pretty amazing. And I get to stand before you today and announce that this group on their language arts assessment scored 93% as an average as a group. So congratulations. And beyond all the academic stuff, they have had the opportunity this year to go on many wonderful field trips, do a lot of great things with their teachers, and they know that their teachers love and care about them. And I hope that they know that I love and care about them also. I've worked really hard this year to try to help their teachers be able to provide those opportunities, and we did that because these are great kids, and we want them to have the best chance at the greatest future possible. And so, again, I want to thank you, students, for all that you have done. Thank you. We are going to now present the certificates. We will have Mrs. Toronto announcing the names, and then we will be here giving out the certificates.
Jacob Alfaro. Maya Anderson. Talon Anderson. Paola Earhart. Mackenzie Carter. Miley Chalk. Savannah Cox. Joseph Cruz. Angeles Gaitan. Megan Herde.
Megan!
Shakira Hagera. Jonathan Hoagland. Max Houghton. McCoy Hunt. Jensen. J.R. Kanamu. Haley King. Anthony Lugo. Alonzo Marscal. Joanna Mendez. Jesus Ramirez. Jose Rodriguez. Tanika Shell. Hannah Sorensen. David Spong. Calvin Wolfenden. Morgan Bailey. Chesney Barra. Brooklyn Bean. Harris Blanchard. Edgar Castellanos. Victoria Serrano. Cindy Flores. Taki Higby. Jeremy Hooley. Ricky Keach. Annika Laws. Bailey Madsen. Avery Owens. Eden Parsons. Yolanda Pedrosa. Alyssa Penaloza. Haley Renault. Daniel Sanchez. Parker Thomas. Kyle Tienda. Bianca Garutia. Hector Uola. Casey Livingston.
Get closer.
Noah Anderson. Destiny Argyle. Ty Barker. Angelo Castillo. Josh Child. Lonnie Ellison. Pablo Garibay. Sabrina Gonzalez. Zach Gorski. Sydney Hannigan. Colton Height. Aaron Hernandez. Ashley Hinkley. Colton Hinkley. Serena Hone. Kate Ibarra. Samantha Knight. Kaylin Kumpf. Emma Mercer. Sebastian Ordonez. Kelly Salazar. Daniela Sanchez. Isabella Salceda. Irene Varilla. Ashton Wilkinson.
Okay, we want to congratulate our graduates one last time. Let's give them a round of applause. First of all, we would like to thank each of you as parents for being so supportive of our school and helping us to accomplish the goals that we have set. And we also would like to thank our PTA for providing the refreshments that are at the back here today. And we also would like to thank Mr. Hernandez. He was able to provide the covers for our graduation certificates, and we really appreciate that. So thank you to him. And again, we want to thank each of you for your support. And so enjoy this day with your graduates. Thank you.